Everybody was worried about Dr. Fauci getting pardoned and Joe Biden's son getting pardoned and all these people getting pardons from him. And I do remember telling you that, if they find, for example, the election was not correct, everything he did was null and void. There'd be some reason they could find it null and void. That was my opinion. And if the election ends up being null and void and they, did something about it, then everything he did and Congress really is like kind of all null and void, right? However, it was just the auto pen issue. Who is creating these pardons? Well, his staff was, apparently. And James Comer, Congress member, says they now have enough evidence to prosecute. In fact, pardons were given not by Biden, but by this auto pen feature being used by these people. That's pretty interesting. Another note, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is under investigation for their tax-exempt status issues because they are allegedly believed to have used some money to donate to some CCP Chinese entities that are linked to their government, and they can't do that and remain have a tax-exempt status. So again, why is Bill having anything investigated if, in fact, Bill and Donald Trump are best of friends? Remember I told you I was watching Jim Brewer, comedian, and he was a little upset, and I did a video on it. I was like, yeah, he's like, why the hell is Bill and Zuckerberg, the killer of free speech in particular, sitting next to Trump at this table? Why? How? What's going on here? It's like they're best of friends. If they're best of friends, you don't investigate your best of friends. But they are being investigated, in particular, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is Bill Gates. So we have that happening right now. And again, the pardon thing with Biden, Dr. Fauci, I told you, I said, there was I read something where they're spending like $2 million a month or some $2 million per some amount of time, some outrageously high number, to provide U.S. Marshal protection to Dr. Fauci. When on earth would a health director of any kind need any kind of law enforcement protection 24/7? And I told you my thoughts on why that would be. Can't say that I know it's true, but it's looking like it might be. And that was, they're not there to protect him. They're there to keep an eye on him closely. You're not going anywhere without us knowing, because you're going to be arrested at some point. There will be no pardon for you, sir. It will be made null and void, which now we're finding out can in fact be made null and void, according to Mr. Comer. So while there's not a whole lot of stuff sometimes on the surface, I don't really see anything, there is stuff happening. And Tori, she told us John Brennan is effing toast. And then impeach 44. She is the sole creator of impeach 44. She's been saying it for like at least probably the last 3 years, maybe longer. Impeach 44, oh. And then she posted a video on her Telegram of a guy saying, look, if he's put under oath, he's not allowed to lie, Obama. As a former Congress or a government official, president, in this case, and he was a Congress member too, but they cannot lie under oath. And if they do, they can be tried as a civilian, therefore losing a lot of their protection. Something like that. I didn't look into this, but I thought, well, she posted it. She's trying to tell us, wink, wink, pay attention. So you've heard Trump say all roads lead back to Obama, essentially. And sure enough, with Brennan, again, according to Tori, she worked with those people and did not want to be a bad apple. She's like, no, that's not how I roll, man. I'm a good person. I'm going to do what's right. And she did. And she put her damn life on the line, basically, in doing so. But that chick is a badass bitch. And I'm glad to know her. I'm glad to have a few conversations with her over the years. But she's been telling us. And I had a dream. I told you about the dream when I had it. I saw Comey and Brennan arrested, being paraded down the street, and me and my buddy Steven, Crypto Karaoke Steven, we made up a song like we do, with these little parodies. And it was a really good song too. And we're yelling and singing it as they're being paraded down the street. We're like pacing them on the sidewalk. And I was like, man, when I woke up, the lyrics were on the tip of my tongue. Like, oh, what were we saying? Oh man, it was such a freaking good song too. Damn it. I couldn't remember it, because if I could have, we could have really made it into a parody song. And then after that scene changes, in a dream, I was sitting down eating lunch by myself, and like this outdoor area of this restaurant, and lo and behold, guess who's walking towards me? And I'm in a booth type of seat, so two sides to sit, and I'm just by myself, and I'm facing that way. She's coming at me, Hillary Clinton. And the look on that woman's face, if looks could kill, I'd be dead. She knew, with that look, she knew they've been got, those two. I'm probably next. That face is all I had to see. She said nothing. She, of course, didn't know me. She walked right up to my table, because the exit was to her right, my left. And she walked right up. I saw her face very clearly, and then she turned. Clear as day. Ilhan, or whatever, how you say that dumb lady's name, Ilhan Omar, another dream I had, arrested, not by standard law enforcement in that case. I remember seeing military personnel going after her. And again, in that same dream, I got this knowing without seeing it. The information came with the dream. Hillary Clinton's in the next room. And at the time I thought, did she rat out, as a participating witness, or trying to get her sentence reduced, and ratted out something with Ilhan Omar? Or is she next? She's in the next room. First her, then her. Oh. And I think that's ultimately what I decided. That was my interpretation of that dream. We might be getting close. So anyways, gotta run, gotta eat. Take care.